I came upon a certain saying once that a butterfly cannot see its own colorful wings. Same way, we might unsee our uniqueness and abilities. Hi everyone, I'm Farhana and I'm honored to have an opportunity to speak on this platform. All of us have no idea of what our futures have in store for us. It can be a rocky path in the dark. You may desperately want to see the light, but you can only reach that light after going through a lot of hardships. Like a bright morning always comes after a dark night. You will have to pave your own path. You will be the one to hold yourself and guide you in the dark. Now one question, what can be the source of your strength? We'll come back to this question later. Each and every one of us here began our journey on earth as an infant. And love is the first emotion we receive after being born into this world. We are cherished by our family and everyone around us. But as we grow older, our insecurities get pointed out by others, and the thought of being inferior starts to dominate our minds. In an attempt to become the best version of ourselves, we compare ourselves with others, and that again makes us feel inferior. At last, we end up hating ourselves for not being good enough. Now for students, our grades are a big headache for us. We consistently get compared with relatives, kids, siblings, and sometimes even friends. If you have good marks in every subject, then you are that person everyone aspires to be. As the saying goes, you reap what you sow. However, sometimes we give it our all, but still fail to end up with the results we had initially hoped for. So I'm in grade 10 right now. There's a chapter called Trigonometry in Math for grade 10. And this chapter is basically a nightmare for most of the students. So I had a class test on this chapter, and the concept was clear for me. But I fell into a bit of predicament when it came to identity-based questions, where we have to prove LHS is equal to RHS. So I focused on this part too much that I ended up forgetting trigonometry is actually based on right-angle triangles. So there was a question, 13 cosec theta is equal to 18. Find other trigonometric ratios. I was like, what? How am I supposed to do that? And where is the denominator? It should come in a fraction form, right? As I mentioned earlier, I completely forgot the existence of triangles. It didn't even cross my mind that there was a hypotenuse, an opposite side, an adjacent side. And you know what the worst part is? The teacher is looking at me and I have to pretend like I know something. And after correction, when I got my paper, it looked like the true definition of disappointment. But if you're not good at something, it doesn't mean you're a complete failure. Your talents lie elsewhere. You know, when I realized that, a few days later came the selection round for TEDx. The teacher said only 2 or 3 students will be selected. I wanted to give my name, but seeing all the other participants were gifted students, I hesitated. I felt that I had no chance against them. Still, I decided to give my name, so that I won't regret later for not at least trying. And here I am. During selection, no one asked me, are you good at math? Are you good at science? Do you know the periodic table by heart? It was my linguistic skills that mattered. I realized my grades in mathematics doesn't define me, and my skills hold greater importance. Now, another major factor that makes us displeased with ourselves is our body image. The amount of information you have regarding weight loss, diet plans, treatment for acne says how dissatisfied you are with yourself. Most people want to lose weight or gain weight or get taller just to get validation from others. If you want others to value you, then you have to value yourself first. We humans always tend to think negatively about ourselves. But have you ever felt that you look so good when you look in the mirror just before going to bed? You don't feel the same way when you open your front camera, do you? But both are the same person. When you are looking in the mirror, you are looking at you from your own perspective. While in the other case, you were assuming how others view you. And that makes you a bit more concerned about your looks. And the funny part is, no one actually cares how you look. Everyone's busy thinking about themselves, just the way you are. When you are a teenager, you wish if you could just replace some of the features on your face. You wish if you had a smaller nose, a smaller forehead, or you wish if your teeth were arranged perfectly. When you're 25, you want a slim and healthy looking body. And when you're 45, you wish if you had that nice skin you had when you were 25. And when you're 55, you just want a life without back pain. Looking back, you would realize that you were never satisfied. Have you ever heard the word kintsugi? Kintsugi. It is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery. It is done by mending the areas of breakage with lacquer mixed with powdered gold or silver, sometimes even platinum. And the work is truly a piece of art. The beauty shines through those cracks. It is a metaphor for embracing your flaws and imperfections. We have to accept ourselves the way we are and be grateful for what we have. Sometimes it's those imperfections that make us unique. Now let's go back to the question I asked earlier. What can be the source of your strength? The answer is simple. It's self-love. Back then I misunderstood its meaning. I thought it was prioritizing myself over everyone, taking everything to myself rather than sharing. But no, that's just selfishness. No, that's actually narcissism. Accepting your shortcomings, understanding and being honest with yourself. That is what self-love is. Regardless of your gender, skin color, or origin, you deserve to be loved by yourself. Believe in yourself and wear the armor of self-confidence, because this world is not an easy place to live in. It never was.
Aura Global School. Giving